Sunday school is a place for fools. It's hot in hell, but the devil's cool. Don't keep Satan waiting. Don't keep Satan waiting. So don't just sit there, join the club. Sell your soul to Beelzebub.
No. We worship Satan in these parts. That's why I smoke cigarettes and drink coffee. If you hold Jesus in your heart, for real, we're gonna have no problem. Wow. Hey, storyteller. Yeah. I'm feeling better. Thanks. I'm still obviously like fucking on the mend, but like I'm good. Yeah. Oh man, yeah. About the accoutrement. Fuck, it turns out, my vision shifted again. Oh, you started reading like the U.S. and Free China? Oh damn. Yeah, that book's real interesting. My grandfather's book's really interesting. Give you a good primer on what was going on when Taiwan was officially disrecognized by the U.S. Excuse me. Yeah, if you get to the part of did you I assume you got to the part, because it's really early in the book, where he talks about his meeting with Prince Hussein of Jordan. Like, that one I thought was real interesting, especially what like Chiang Kai-shek told the young prince. And you may notice that despite all the trouble, because he listened, he listened, and you'll notice that Jordan still stands despite everything. And I think part of it is that advice, because it was really good advice. You are beset by enemies on all sides. You cannot win a military campaign, so don't do that. But if you take care of the people, they will support you, and that will make them hard to invade. And he told him that at such a young age. I think Chiang Kai-shek told Prince Hussein of Jordan that at such a young age, I think it made a difference. Hey, Ice Cat. Yeah. I'm on the man. You may notice that I have glasses because I'll wait for a couple people to file in before I tell the whole tale. And the glasses are part of it. Hey, Giovanni, what's up? Oh, so yeah, I'm on the mend and doing okay. Energy's still a little down, even after these last 3 weeks. Getting used to the new normal, which I'll talk to you about. Oh man, I've been watching that True Detective season 4. Real good. Real good. I think it's my favorite season. It's showrun and directed by um, the director who did Tigers Are Not Afraid. Um, is hold on, IMDb Tigers Are Not Right. Sorry for the mechanical typing. If you can hear that. Yeah, Issa Lopez. Bronson Wright. Oh, thanks. What is my favorite Michael Myers moment? Okay, my favorite Michael Myers moment is not going to be other people's. Like if we're talking like just pure alpha count entertainment, you know, it's probably when he had that really stupid fight with fucking Busta Rhymes. That's probably my favorite Michael Myers moment. It's the best moment in the worst movie. Because, like, in my opinion, that was the moment the movie just gave up. Yeah, because if you've seen Halloween, what was it? Yeah, Halloween Resurrection. Um, oh man, that thing's bad. It is so bad. It is awful. So by the time Buster Rhymes comes in and like fucking karate fucking kicks fucking Michael Myers, you're just sort of like, you know what, movie? At least someone tried. Someone's like, look, there's something in this has got to be fun. Come on. Oh no, Jodie Foster in True Detective season 4 plays one of the worst white women. She's awful. She's despicable. Hey, Mouse Don. How's it going, bro? Yeah, True Detective 4. I am really, really, really hoping that there turns out to be like a legit paranormal element this time. I'm really hoping because like that's what Isa Lopez is really good at, which is having a very grounded story that has this magical element. And hey, la dude, yeah. So I'm hoping she adds that paranormal element to True Detective. Yeah, I'm really hoping she does. Like, it doesn't even have to be the thing that's like killing people. It can just be the thing that's driving people insane. But there's so much about spiritualism in this one. Like, normally it's about philosophy. Normally it's like philosophy removed from, a cultural context. It's Western philosophy. Like the first one was like that with Matthew McConaughey. Um, the second one was not. That was just a straight up like internal affairs drama, which the third one was kind of cool, but man, it dragged. I mean, it's a lot of really intense acting. It's 10 episodes of intense acting that are really awesome. And if you're really into acting or you're an actor, man, watch the third season. It's fucking amazing. But as far as like overall satisfaction as just a viewer, I didn't like it as much as the first season, but I'm really liking the fourth. Um, well, the first season of True Detective is kind of interesting because, excuse me, um, is kind of interesting because Matthew McConaughey in the first one hallucinates. And so the Matthew McConaughey sections kind of have a little bit of like a Disco Elysium feel to them, except it goes way darker. Like it goes way darker. Um, and there's all of this very direct. There's a lot of real direct references to the King in Yellow and Lost Carcosa, which is a part of the Cthulhu mythos. I think those were actually, was that Ramsey Campbell who did the? No, it wasn't Ramsey Campbell who did the King in Yellow. But it was not Lovecraft. It was not Lovecraft himself who put that in. But the fourth one, it's all set in Alaska, and so much weird stuff happens that it feels like something paranormal is the simpler explanation. Hey Brian, how you doing? Robert W. Chambers, that's right. Do I sound more authoritative when I talk about books now that I have glasses? But yeah, but this one has a lot more in True Detective 4 has a lot more in common with John Carpenter's The Thing, because the murder is weird. Like in the first one and the third one, it's child kidnapping and sex slavery. Yeah, as horrific as that is, that's like kind of, that's grounded in reality. That's normal. True Detective 4 is real weird. Like, you have a murder mystery, and then you have a mystery on top of it that you're not sure is a murder, but it is a mystery. Like, basically a bunch of guys in a research laboratory walk outside and then die of exposure, but it's not normal exposure that they died of. They died of like this impossible flash freeze. and they're all like twisted and huddled together, like, oh, look, they all just saw something horrible and then just froze to death instantly. Despite the fact that they're in Alaska and they would have eventually frozen to death, would have taken a while. This is like, no. These guys like froze instantly. And they're like, that's not something that happens naturally. That's not something that happens outside. And they're like, no, it's not. And it's like, and if they couldn't have been moved. They're in a mass. Hey, thanks for the donation again, Bronson. Yes, they are new glasses. Yeah. I don't mind if like the mystery with the murdered woman is like kind of normal. But let me put it this way. I need that thing at the end of Disco Elysium where you see the supernatural. I need it to exist and be acknowledged. Not, at least by the main character. The main characters, Speaking of Disco Elysium, that would make an amazing fucking season of True Detective. I can also see how it's also very. When did True Detective start? That was like 2014. Yeah, 2014. I can totally see how Disco Elysium was inspired by True Detective. Hey, John Smith. Yeah, I actually kind of prefer Isa Lopez to the other writer. I like the other writer, but I've been on his ride for like a couple of seasons now, and I'm like, we need a change. Oh yeah, another thing that in tone at least that True Detective 4 has is that it's got the feel. I mentioned the thing, but it's also got the feel of At the Mountains of Madness. Death Machine. How did a guy die of a shark attack in the middle of an office? Yeah. Like True Detective 4 is like that. Where you're just like, this doesn't make any sense. This, and the more you look into it, the less sense it makes. That's what I mean by like, we're only like 3 shows in, 3 episodes in, but I'm already like, I'm sorry, like ancient spirits or aliens is the Occam's razor in this situation, something like that. Yeah, because it's set during the 30 Days of Night. Hence why it's called Night Country. Yeah, I would agree. Season 2 of fucking True Detective is probably the weakest because it's the most standard. Like, it felt a little cookie cutter after season 1. Yeah, I thought season 1 was really good. I understand why they tried to keep it going. Yeah, it's really good. Well, like the anticipation, the isolation is part of At the Mountains of Madness. And she is doing that thing where things that you're not sure that everything that the characters see is real. but they are absolutely reflections of the characters. Oh, I didn't realize. Oh, I didn't notice that the father. Oh, that's right. You're right. You're right, Joe. I did notice that. Yeah, like yeah, that's like Rusty. That was yeah. It's like Matthew McConaughey's character. His dad shows up in season 4. Oh yeah. No, it definitely hits harder on the magical realism front. Like that's what Isa Lopez is great at. Yeah, kind of like Silent Hill. Like for example, one of the detectives sees like a polar bear, this inexplicable polar bear in the middle of the in the middle of town. And it's, it's all fucked up and it has like a missing eye. But the other detective for some reason has, I think it's the other detective, I think it's the Jodie Foster character, like has a bear, a stuffed polar bear toy, obviously for a child that's no longer there. That has had to have its head sewn back together and shit like that. Yeah. I saw the DVDs of the back. I saw Babylon 5. I mean, The Thing was the one that was face forward. So you're like, yeah. I'm like, you're looking at this and you're like, yeah, by the end of this town's going to be on fire by the end of this. If it looks like we're going where we're going. And I hope we are because I'm really loving it. Oh, by the way, okay, so I started watching 30 Coins finally. I finally had some time to sit down and watch 30 Coins. The only problem I have with that show is damn, those episodes are long. And damn, they are dense. Can't say nothing happens. But the biggest problem that I have is like so much happens, like my brain just kind of like fails to buffer it. You know? It's weird to see Doctor Who fucking Clarice Starling. Yeah, that was weird. Like Christopher Eccleston, he just looks like a normal overweight white guy now, which is a little odd. you know? I'm liking 30 Coins, but it's hard to watch simply because like my brain just kind of blanks out after a while and goes, okay, what's going on again? Where are we again? Because like I'm still reeling from the last fucking weird shit that happened. I will say this, I love the way that show begins. Oh, dude, I'm still like on episode like 4 or 5. Because like I said, like so much is going on that I'm like, I gotta take a break. Like I gotta absorb everything that this fucking thing is telling me. There is a bit of me that is sort of like, hey, Alex, whoa, slow down. I've never seen a show that's both so long and yet so much is happening that you kind of you lose sense of what's going on. At least I did. Oh man. Yeah. I'm having some troubles with it. It's real good, but I'm like, because it's funny because it's one of the more slightly grounded Alex Del Glacia films, but or anything, motion picture. Um, but whoa, like it. I don't know why I'm having trouble following it from moment to moment. Oh, thank you for the donation, by the way, Joe. Yeah, you still see Christopher X as Raymond Calitri? Yeah. Oh, I know. I know what you mean. For me, it'll always be Doctor Who, but I know what you mean. Yeah, it could be the language barrier because I have to read all the subtitles, and there's a lot of dialogue. It's a lot of talking. So I feel like I'm not like really absorbing it. Like as far as I could tell, I don't. I mean, maybe I need to switch to the dub, although I don't know if there is one. Oh, you got a little reference oh, that's awesome. Ooh, man, there's so much going on. I don't even know what to ask. There's no dub. Damn it. You like this is one where I'm like, this is one where a dub would be really helpful. Usually I'm a sub guy, but 30 coins is like so much is happening. Man, I haven't talked to Sadie in a while. I need to talk to her. I hate how like fucking easy it is to like lose track of people in the digital age. So I figure what's the goal of the church? I haven't gotten enough information to make a good guess. Like I am expecting that it's either church cover up. Turns out Judas was right. Can't let that happen. Or or it's something like crazy like, with these coins we can summon demons and then people will believe again. Anyone here seen the latest Masters in the Universe? Does she stream? Does she do the free streaming on OnlyFans, or like do you have to be subscribed for that? Believes that Jesus was a saint, so the only way to worship God is to commit evil. Oh, oh, okay. I gotta say, I really love Oh fuck, I forget the name of the main priest, the old priest with the big beard. Whose name escapes me at the moment because like they're all Spanish names and I don't remember them as easily, and I have problem. I sometimes I forget characters' names anyway. Vergara, yes, Vergara, Father Vergara. Oh, I love that character. Oh, I haven't seen The Boy and the Heron. I'm told it's great. Godzilla minus one is really good. I recommend seeing it both in color and black and white. Because, like, the cool thing about the black and white one is that, it's intended to kind of have that same. It was filmed with the intention of maybe releasing it in black and white. Oh, Paul Giamatti is in season 2? Damn. Damn. Okay, so I think enough people are here that we could talk about what happened. So, around January 7th, I caught COVID. First time. First time I caught it. Um, and it was not exactly fun. And it was so bad, I had trouble standing up. Like, literally, my legs didn't work right. Yeah, it was bad. It was pretty bad. Uh, Luckily, it did not attack my lungs, which is where it normally fucks you up. But I was like, okay, probably got COVID. I'm testing positive for it. Just, get the antibiotics and, ride this out. And then it kept getting worse. So they get me to the hospital, and at first they couldn't figure out like what was causing everything to just go south so suddenly in the way that it was. Yeah, yeah. Ladou's pretty close. Basically, one of the potential side effects of COVID is it can cause diabetes. If you have diabetes in your family, you catch COVID, you can develop diabetes. Just flat out diabetes too. That's what happened. That's what happened. Diabetes does run in my family, but I didn't have it. Um, yeah, I was slightly in the before the COVID. I was in like the pre-diabetic but pretty safe category. After COVID, Nah, diabetes. Yeah. Now, one of the problems with this is that all of a sudden your system's completely fucked. My blood sugar, all right, so a normal blood sugar is about 100 to 150. That's like non-diabetic, normal activity, preferably closer to 1 to 125. Then my blood sugar when they took it when I was in the ambulance was 1900. 1900. That is 19 times higher than normal. That's one of those levels where they're like, I'm surprised this guy's still alive. And yeah, me too. I could have gone right there. I could have slipped into a diabetic coma and just been done. Oh yeah, and the reason they called the ambulance is because I fell over because like I said, my legs weren't working right. Horguru tried to catch me, but he did, but all of a sudden, seeing someone just crumple like a sack of potatoes in front of you, little shocking. The Countess called 911. They got me to a hospital. Yeah, it's bad. I was like out for 3 days. And I mean just like not present. I remember the ambulance. I remember the ICU. And then I remember being moved out of ICU a few days later. Now, one of the side effects, this is where it gets the glasses. One of the side effects of diabetes is your eyes. Fucks with your eyeballs. Yeah. Oh, hey, thanks, Red Band Steve. Thanks for the donation. Yeah. Oh, God, it's a fucker. I hate it. I hate it. So, up until this point that I got diabetes, my distance vision, my far vision was starting to deteriorate, probably just due to age, right? You get older, shit happens. Now my distance vision is back, but my near vision is real blurry. That's because diabetes changes the shape of your eyes. Well, one of the biggest problems with like the American diet, Jay Tilton, is fucking all the sugar. There's sugar in everything. It's actually a real bitch to cut out sugar. It's actually difficult. Which is why I'm glad I'm like, to be fair, they look nice. Yeah, these are actually just reading glasses. I actually gotta get a pair of like real normal ones so that I don't have the distortion of like non-prescription lenses. Because these are non-prescription, and so like there's some like warping on the edges of my vision, which gets a little irritating. Hey, Mr. Greeper. Yeah, diabetes for you sucks. Yep, it sucks. Yeah, the American diet. Yeah, because everything's got sugar in it. Very, very, like, super high in carbohydrates. My big reason right now to oh, by the way, I'm probably gonna, looks like it's about time for me to, I should take my blood sugar. You want to watch this? This is fun. Over here, there we go. Oh, no, no, no. Sugar. It's weird. It's like, you know, you're not in pain. Unlike a lot of other addictions, like, you're not in pain from sugar withdrawal, but it sucks. It sucks until you start feeling normal again. It just sucks, you know. Like my general recommendation is like, look, if you're going through sugar withdrawal, just sleep. Fucking sleep through it if you can. I look cool with the glasses. Thank you, Joe Care. I take it you're like heading out for now. Oh, Joseph, you found a pair of non-prescriptions that doesn't do the warping on the edges. Oh man, yeah, I think I'm just gonna like shell out for an eye exam and a pair of glasses with some nice frames on them. Woohoo! So I had to cut a lot of. I saw that camera. You've been dealing with insomnia for 2 days straight. Oh, yikes. Let's turn that autofocus off. There we go. Been in a town with seniors and diabetes. They each have ways they cope. Yeah. Well, it's so like, it's such an ubiquitous thing in Merca to have diabetes. I didn't realize it was that common. I knew it was pretty common, but like, it's almost ubiquitous. It's like 1 out of every 3 people, you know, like that's a lot. Okay, is that. Got a little needle. Deet. All right. Get the blood flowing. Wipe off that first bit. Yeah. Wiggle that finger around. Set up the meter. I'm hoping I can get to one of those that just like does it all in one. They're a little more expensive. Nope, you hear that beep? We're on. Okay. All right. Let's see what we got. Bleed onto the little tip. Oh, 129, not bad. Doing okay right now. Yeah, even minors are getting it. Come on. I mean, I find myself kind of going like, I think the FDA's got to be like, all right, you can't be putting this much sugar in everything. Like, if we're talking about like ice cream, that's one thing, but like, holy crap. Oh, but everything will taste bad. Well, that sounds like a you problem. What about all sales? That's a you problem. Stop putting corn syrup in everything. Corn syrup's even worse for diabetes, actually, turns out. It's worse. Oh yeah, more people are definitely overweight these days as a result of as a result of everything that's put into processed American food. Particularly the sugar. We went on this huge like, oh, fat-free thing, but fat-free meant more sugar. Because like if you remove all the fat from something, you remove a lot of the flavor. And the thing is your body's actually kind of designed to deal with fat, that you consume, that you digest. Like it knows what to do with that. It is not fat that's making you fat, it's sugar. Like straight up. Now, some people are just going to be bigger, because that's genetics. But the amount of you look into it, and the amount of sugar that's in the American diet is crazy. And we're talking just like stuff you like buy in boxes and or like stuff that you make at home, that those like instant meals that are very 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 simple. The amount of sugar in that shit is insane. It's absolutely fucking crazy. The only thing that right now, my big upset, and why I'm really hoping I can get back to like being, not diabetic, um, because that is possible, is I don't know if I can live without Italian food or rice. Sugar is like, okay, I can cut down on sugar. That'll suck, but I could do it. It's possible. But now I see spaghetti and lasagna and I get mad because I can't have it. It's too much carbohydrates. Bread, you'll miss bread. Tell you that. Because even though it doesn't have even if it doesn't have a lot of sugar in it, which a lot of bread does in America, it really does. Um, that's not the only thing about it, you know. The carbohydrates in the damn thing just spike your spikes your blood sugar. Like I'm gonna have to see like a regular doctor and maybe a dietitian, which I don't want to do. That last one I don't want to do. Um, because I'm not sure how much I trust that shit, but I got to figure out like I got to get pasta and rice back in there somehow. Even if it's only a sometime thing. My favorite dessert, green tea ice cream is probably my favorite. Making my own bread instead of buying it. That's what my dad did. I'll look into it. I'll look into that. Because I do know I can do that. I just don't because I haven't perfected it, if you know what I mean. Yeah, yeah, it's the way carbs are converted to glucose. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly right. Oh, spaghetti squash is fine, but that's not a pasta. You could eat spaghetti squash. It's not as bad as pasta by a long shot, but like, yeah, you can. Yeah, you do reduce the is it glycemic? Yeah, the glycemic index of rice by washing it off, but it's still super high. Uh, hey, wasting time somewhere. Oh, wasting time here. Oh, fuck keto. Fuck keto bread. Like, holy crap. Oof. Oh, it tastes like ass. Oh, blood of Miami sugar free. Oh, good to know. Brown rice pasta. I don't know, man. Like, it's no. It's pasta. You know, spaghetti meatballs. Yeah, I agree. Fuck that shit. You worried about your sugar intake? Well, luckily there are a few things that you can do. Oh yeah. Don't drink diet soda. Don't drink diet soda. Don't drink diet soda. Don't drink soda in general. We drink way too much of that shit. But like diet soda in particular, like no. Hey, Ice Cat. Yeah, Brian, one of the things you could do. Now, one of the good things is this. Those like blood sugar test kits, you don't need a prescription for those. You can get one for like $30 and learn how to monitor your own blood sugar. Because if you're not diabetic already, you want to be in the like I said, you want to be in like the 100 to 125 range. 150 is like an average blood sugar. 150 is like that you're starting to get there. You're starting, you're pre-diabetic, is I believe what they call it. Yeah. That's test kits like the ones I just busted out. Like, yeah, no, I just bought it over Amazon. That was it. I mean, it's kind of self-enforcing because no one wants to stick themselves on a needle and bleed on a plastic strip. You know, like that's. But yeah, non-prescription. Just you know, get that Get that shit. Learn how to do it. It's not that hard. It becomes second nature very quickly. And if you're like, and I like stats, so I kind of enjoy the process of like getting the information. Like, no, you could totally do it, you know. And as if you're like, oh, 125, 100, 125, or like when you first wake up, anywhere between like 90 and 100 is good, is very good actually. Once you get going in the day and after like you have your first meal, then it's like 100 to 125. Yeah. The reason I have these glasses is because one of the side effects of diabetes can be changing the shape of your eye, which happened to me because as I was saying, like before, my close vision was super good, you know, but my distance vision was starting to deteriorate. Now my distance vision is very clear, but now I'm like basically made me farsighted. And it was weird because I didn't notice it. Sorry, I didn't notice it. I didn't notice it until I was actually like texting with John at one point, and I was like, "Wait a minute." Like it was like that moment in Wolf, except like my vision wasn't perfect. It's like, wait a minute, I can read things over there. Hey, wait a minute, I can't read this. Like this is hard to read. Wait, what the fuck is going on? You know, and then it was like, look up, look up, look up. You know, can diabetes cause vision change? It changes in your vision. It's like, yep, totally can. Major side effect. And I'm like, oh. It doesn't happen to absolutely everybody, but it happens to a lot. Like, it's real common. Ooh, get a dog tag. Ooh, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, I don't have a fear of needles, so like I adjusted to that pretty quickly. I mean, I don't like them. Don't get me wrong, you know. So I adjusted to the drawing blood part pretty easily. Also, these things are designed for people with that problem. And you just pull it back, and then you have this button up here. And then it does that. The rubbing of the finger itself actually doesn't bother me at all. Yeah, Brian. Oh, yeah, you wear contacts. It just said, yeah. Well, I mean, if you get regular eye checkups, you know what's going on. Need to cut out alcohol? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. A lot of fucking sugars and alcohol. A lot of them. Alcohol alcohol do diabetes no favors because like how does alcohol work? It works by shutting down your liver. Works by helping shut down your liver. So your liver and your pancreas have this relationship in keeping your blood sugar even. You know, the other thing to keep in mind is that getting injury going to be a bitch since cicatrization is a bit. I'm not sure what you're talking about. What are you talking about? Like, Let's see. Chris Townsend says, "Hey Jack, hope all is well. Missed some of your old videos. Still watch them on repeat." Oh, thank you, Chris. Until I got diabetes back in 2004. 70 and 140 is good. Sire, you're completely screwed. Oh yeah. You definitely don't want to be like consistently in the 200 range. For like the first week after I got back to the hospital, I was like I was like at 400 plus. Oh, scarification. Oh, like you can scar easier? No, I'll just look more badass that way. I'm not gonna worry about that. Yeah. Like cuts and things like last longer and shit. Oh, okay. Good thing to keep in mind. Ooh. Well, not looking forward to that. Yeah. Oh, although I do have to ask, Mr. Grim Reaper 512, are you a bigger guy? And by bigger I do mean like, fat. Scars, you mean tattoos? Yeah. I feel weird because like I feel like I should have gotten tattoos a long time ago. Oh, that's how people lose limbs. Oh, makes sense. Makes sense. Yeah, my buddy Jace, who's passed now, he fucking he had one of his toe bones die. They were able to save it. Um, now that I think about it, this whole diabetes thing might also be partially why my teeth are so delicate. Careful with foot injuries of any kind. I tend to be, so I'll be extra careful. Now that you mention it, over my life, my legs have been the thing that scarred the easiest. Okay, but trying to lose weight. Oh, okay. So if you're like a bigger guy, yeah, like between 70 and 140 is a good goal. Because your blood sugar is probably going to be just a little bit elevated just because you're a heavier dude. Yeah, kind of surprised I don't have to. Yeah. I keep forgetting I don't have them. Which is weird. Like I'll be hanging around like heavily tattooed people, and I'm like, yeah, I belong here. And someone will be like, "What do you got?" Because they're interested, and I'm like, "Oh shit, I don't actually have any." Yeah. Like I'm getting used to the lower sugar diet. It's not an absolutely no sugar diet, but like I measure it out a lot more carefully now. Hurricane Maddie, thank you, man. Yeah, Hurricane Maddie, you're the same Maddie that I met at Monsterpalooza that one time, right? I've been seeing you. I've been seeing you on some of the stuff you post on Instagram. Man, I need to get. I want to get back to like shows and shit, but we'll see how things go. I was hoping this would be the year, but maybe not. You know. Let's see. You have a frog weaving a basket like on Mr. Magoo? Not really. Oh, you have a Nosferatu tattoo. Ooh. No, man, I'm in Pennsylvania. Oh, okay. No, different Maddie. I have a rule. I draw for a tattoo. If I'm still in love with it weeks later, I'll have it inked. Otherwise, I'll scrap it. That sounds like a good way of doing it. The problem is, excuse me, I have like no attention span. Oh yeah, I'm totally looking forward to Robert Eggers' remake of Nosferatu. I think he's a good guy to do that. Yeah, blood sugar levels have to be at a proper level. Yeah. I've been able to consistently get it down to like right now. I'm trying to keep it there, but right now I'm like under 150. And I'm trying to keep it there. Neuropathy? What is. Huh. Nerve damage in hands and feet. Yeah. Okay. If that's what it is. Yeah, no, I'm worried about that. Yeah. There are also like grosser things that I could talk about that happen as a result of the hospital. I'll put it this way. You will not believe how easily a catheter can come out. My dick still works though. Actually work in a weird twist, actually works better than it was before the incident. Yeah, in case it goes low, I'm going to cross that bridge when I come to it. Yeah, my dick is like, you know. Ah, yeah, it turns out real easy. I didn't even do anything. They were like, all right, so just feel free to go. And that was enough. After they contained that spill, they were like, all right, we're going to have to go with something else. We have to go with a different one. And then they put a different catheter in. We're like, okay. My The thing is, my ICU doctor, the people in the ICU at St. Mary's were amazing. They were really good. When they got me out of the ICU, however, is when that hospital started to get hanky. You always thought it was tight in there? It's supposed to be. That's the answer, Hurricane Matty. It's supposed to be. But they don't always get it right on the first go. It's yeah, they had trouble controlling the impaler. You know. Oh God, if I got even more gross, I could tell you how apt that actually was. Screw it, I tell you, I came blood for a few days. Like after I came back, that was scary. But like for a few seconds before I was like, oh, like it felt like a vampire. It was pretty cool. It's like, yeah, I'm so gothic, come blood. Like I was like, all right, I should probably make sure that this is not going to be a problem. Oh yeah, totally gross enough for a Guar album cover. Yeah, totally. And it was. It's interesting because like the blood that came out that way was way closer looking to stage blood. It like congealed in that way that like corn syrup based stage blood does, which I thought was kind of funny. So basically it was basically one of those things where it was like, "Oh, yeah, that don't worry, that's common. If that's still happening in like a month, that's a problem, but in the first like couple of weeks, like yeah, that's actually kind of normal. Especially since well, like I didn't have the urge until I got back home. Like that's what kind of condition I was in where it was like I didn't need to worry about entertainment until that last day because I was just too out of it for it to matter. Hey man, this shit happens. Like this shit happens. I know it happened to me. You know? Yeah, this is a song about shooting blood out of your cock. Blah, 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 blood ejaculation. Like, I tried to quit after I got back. Yeah. Yeah, it's not working that well. I mean, I'm doing better. I'm not smoking as much, but like, as you can see, it's weird because like, after a certain amount of time, I needed to feel normal again. Because so many changes. But I figure like, yeah, I can, I can keep it down. Yeah, quitting nicotine is hard because like it helps you feel normal. My cat wants me to know meow. He will not elaborate. Sounds about right. My cat does that all the time. Gomez is constantly like, meow, 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 but he doesn't bother me with it as much. Bothers the Countess with it constantly. What in the 3 a.m. conversation is this? 3 a.m. conversation is the best conversations, I gotta tell you. Anyone who smokes who doesn't have some sort of health issue, even if mild. Oh, well, I mean, comes with territory, man. Hmm. Interesting. Interesting joke, Carol. Keep that in mind. Yeah, I was talking to Sid Haig because he used to be a heavy smoker. Well, I mean, when he was alive, he used to be a heavy smoker, and we were talking about quitting cigarettes. He's like, "You don't really quit; you just stop." I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "One day you're just done." It's like for me, one day I was just done. That was it. Normal day, I was just like, "Yeah, I don't want to smoke. I'm done with smoking." I was like, "What was that like?" He was like, wasn't that easy, but it wasn't that hard either because I was done. I was just like, fuck this. Which I thought was kind of interesting. And
Rotate the other way. So you can go ahead and down
Plate. Thanks for the heads up.
itself. You do have your out about logo. It says Authentic Transformers top as well. Something that's just a feature.
wait, Robeson made a bumblebee that doesn't transform? Oh, come on, Rip.
Watch out! It's Megatron. Prepare.
Display of it. I can move it animations.
Rip. All right, talk to you later, Grim Reaper. It's my coworker talked about stopping. They tried. You'll die taster? Oh, you'll die faster. Sounded like an excuse, but we're chefs. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, being chef's super stressful. Yeah, every time I see someone like Chef Ramsay on it, I'm like, dude, how do you not smoke? Or are you just amazing at hiding it from the camera? Because I don't know if I've ever met a professional chef that don't smoke. I mean, I'm sure they exist, but like, yeah, he might, but I've never seen him do it on camera. So, I know Anthony Bourdain smoked, because he would show you that shit. He'd be like, oh, fucking goddamn it, think he's good at hiding. He might be. He might be. He might not want to smoke in front of the camera because he doesn't want like other people to pick up the habit. No, he doesn't. Apparently, he believes it will fuck with his palate, so he won't. Oh, okay. Okay. Fair. Gord Becker is like, every job told me, oh, it will make me start smoking, so I took it as a challenge. He only smokes other chefs. Yeah. The only smoking he does is from the roasting he gives people. Oh. Yeah, I know Ramsey is super health conscious. I like that. I actually really like a lot of Ramsey's recipes because they don't involve a lot of sugar. I mean, I like them to begin with because I mean, like, come on, the guy knows what he's talking about. But like, I've been appreciating them more because very few of them involve sugar, and those that do, it's very obvious. One of those, you either use a lot of sugar or no sugar, like, and don't give none of them substitutions as bullshit. Have I seen Bar Rescue? I have. I have. I used to watch Bar Rescue all the time. I there's something really I used to really I love watching like the Ramsey and Gordon Ramsay and fucking Bar Rescue John Tapper. Um because there's something really satisfying about watching someone who is an expert, who really knows what they're doing, burn people who are just willful in their ignorance. As a result, there's a reason that all the best episodes of like all of those happen in America. Because Americans are super arrogant culture, and we insist we know what we're doing, even when we clearly don't. Whereas in a lot of other cultures, like, you're supposed to have a certain amount of humility, right? Like you watch the like episodes of like Kitchen Nightmare that are in Europe, particularly like the European cuts of those shows. Everyone has a lot more humility. There is, yeah, they still get into arguments with like Ramsey and stuff, but they're not the kind of arguments that make you look at the person and go like, oh my God, you are fucking nuts. They're the sort of arguments that you're like, no, 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 man, you're not hearing the man. You're not hearing the man. You know, so it's really nice to watch someone do something so mind-bogglingly dumb and then have someone go like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Because that's how I'm feeling, you know? Oh my God, Marco Pierre. Holy shit. The man that made Chef Ramsay cry. Because he's such a. The thing that's interesting about Marco Pierre is like young Marco Pierre used to be a lot like Ramsay. He would yell, he'd rant, he'd rave. Older Marco Pierre is just like. He is now like a master. And so he don't need to give a fuck. He's like reaching that like Master Oogway levels. Because like now all he has to do is just like one bit slightly bitchy comment. And like, you could watch a man's ego dissolve. I think you can do better. I can't do. It's hard for me to do a French accent. Like I think you could have done better. Yeah. I'm like, oh no, that's a master. You know. Oh man, so fucking funny. But the thing that's a little like hard for me to watch about Marco Pierre is he only really trains people who are already really good. So you're now looking at people making stupid mistakes. He's trying to push them to that next level of excellence, which is a little different and sometimes a little harder to watch because you will watch the students like punish themselves for failing his expectations. And that's sort of like, oh, dude, no, you don't need to be so hard on yourself, which ironically, I've noticed is where Ramsey is trying to get people. Even though he yells, he's trying to get you to a point of competency and then to a point where you are no longer like punishing yourself for failing. Watch enough of his like stuff and you're like, "Oh, no, this is consistent. This is how he deals with, like, it's so consistent. You're like, no, I don't think this is for the show. I think this is just how he does things. This is his chef face, for lack of a better way of putting it. Is he really like that? Probably a bit, but like he's bringing that to the fore in order to do, to be the master chef. Yeah. I don't know if if Ramsey has reached that, like, mythic level of master that Marc-Pierre has. Maybe he will in like 10, 20 years. It takes a while. But I hope he does, because I think that'd be real interesting to see. Oh, no. Yeah, no, Ramsey's super passionate. The funny thing is that the Ray Fiennes character from the menu, I'm like, you could see a bit of Ramsey, but it's clearly not Ramsey. Because Ramsey would not give up. You're like, nah, I don't see this man giving up like that. I don't see a guy like Ramsey like giving up in this particular way that the chef in the menu has. He would have started by making it your problem, Like, he is a chef who will frog march you out of the kitchen himself. Won't have the sous chef do it. Just be like, all right, no, fuck you, like, out of here. But you could see it in him. And particularly his love of burgers, because like Chef Ramsay actually loves burgers, which I thought was super cool. Oh, I'm sorry, you're right. That was Bradley Cooper. I said Ray Fiennes, didn't I? Well, let me double check. No, I was right. It's Ralph Fiennes. I don't think Bradley Cooper's in the menu. Anna Taylor-Joy is. John Leguizamo is. Yeah, he's not disgruntled enough. The chef in the menu is broken. Yeah, Ramsey ain't broken. Oh, God, I loved that ending. I loved that whole scene with Anna Taylor-Joy facing off against Ray Fiennes. I'm like, oh, man, that's so good. In fact, your food sucks. And the worst part is, I'm still hungry, Such good writing, such good acting. And I was like, no, no, menu's got a point. Nothing tastes better than like a good, simple, well-made thing at like 3 a.m. after you come out of the bar. Like, that's cooking, that's food, you know? Oh, Burnt. Oh, I haven't seen that one. Yeah, Anna Taylor-Joy's great. The worst movie I've seen her in is The New Mutants. And New Mutants isn't even that bad. It's just mid. It's not a bad movie, but she played an amazing Ilyana. Well, I'm like, no, you nailed her. Nailed her. And giving Ilyana a fucking Lockheed, and giving her Lockheed was actually a really good choice. Because she's a magic girl, and now she got a little dragon, you know? And having it be that hand, having her like use that hand puppet, I'm like, oh man, no, perfect. And the thing is that the only actor, the only character whose actor I would change would be the guy who plays Sunspot. In fact, I would have removed Sunspot from the entire plot because he doesn't do anything. No effect on the plot whatsoever. You know, so like just like they removed Doug Ramsey, Cypher from that roster. Can remove Sunspot. It's like if you're not going to do anything with Sunspot, then don't put him in. Also, it was very clearly meant to be a lot more intense and terrifying than the movie we got. And I'm like, no, man, New Mutants, you should have just made it rated R adult, like just straight up horror movie it, because that's clearly what you wanted to do. You wanted to do like the terror and trauma of being an outcast teenager. But it's just mid. It's just okay. So basically, Sunspot, yeah, Sunspot don't do much. I In fact, like New Mutants would have been like a perfect property if you're just like, well, yeah, but everyone's white. We want a diversity of the casting. That's actually one of the properties. The only two characters that have to be Caucasian or that should be Caucasian are Wolfsbane and Ilyana. Because one is super Irish. It's like a major character point, and Ilyana is super Russian. You know, so you want her to read as Russian, so that will usually mean a Caucasian actress. But all the others, like Cannonball, um, excuse me. Oh, I'm sorry. What was the other one? Technically the main character. That's the other thing. In many ways, they needed to pick a main character, man. But like Cannonball could have been any ethnicity as long as he was an American. Know what I mean? Like, he could have been white, he could have been black, he could have been Asian, he could have been Latina, Latino. Like, it wouldn't have mattered. Moonstar. Yeah, Moonstar has to be native. Like, she has to be indigenous. Yeah, yeah, he's the arrogant Brazilian rich boy, which you could do a lot with, but they don't. So I would have been like, that, just get him out of here. There's nothing in the plot that Sunspot does that Cannonball couldn't have. Hey, Usakun. I'm doing a bit better. Yeah. Arya, House of the Wolf. The thing is, she did a great Wolfsbane. She nailed that character. It she does not come off as Arya. She does not come off as Arya at all. She comes off like Wolfsbane, and I thought that was really good. Cannonball in the comics was an Appalachian kid, yeah, but how often did that come up? As opposed to Wolfbane being Irish, that came up constantly. Or Ilyana being Russian. I mean, come on. She's Cyclops' sister. Not Cyclops, Colossus' sister. I really hope Anna Taylor-Joy comes back as I would actually take the majority of the New Mutants cast if you were going to bring him into the Marvel Universe. Yeah, and I'm really interested in Deadpool 3 because of that, because that's the bridge between the regular Marvel Universe and the mutant universe. Him and was it Pulsar? I keep getting confused because there are two mutants. One's named Pulsar and the other one's named Polaris. Yeah, but Pulsar. Pulsar is Monica Rambeau. Yeah, I could see comparing the mutants to Glass because they're both in asylums, but like other than that, very different. One of the biggest single problem. I mean, New Mutants got a lot of problems, but like the biggest single problem that has PG-13. Yeah, it should have been R. It should have been R and been super terrifying. Whew. Yeah, give me a minute.
Toys.
Yeah, one of the problems. Yeah, well, it's one of the problems of like recovering from her thing is you get a little tired, a little easier. Non-related, but if I heard about Blackula reboot, we'll see what happens when it happens. Yeah. The plot about trying to control metahumans is the same, but like, but at that point, you might as well be saying that like Superman and Captain America are the same because they're both superheroes and they both have like red, white, and blue. You know, like yeah, I always thought Doug Ramsey would have been better as a like supporting character. Like, why would you have him like fight things like that? He doesn't have a fighting power, which is why they paired him up with Warlock. Which because he was part of the mutant universe and like that whole like thing is why we don't see Warlock in like Guardians of the Galaxy, which he would have been a perfect fit for. All right, take care, Joe. Like there are a lot of space characters that would have been great to see like show up even in the background of like Guardians of the Galaxy they couldn't use. Yeah, Warlock was great. I was actually surprised that they didn't have like there are actually a bunch of characters I would love to see. I'd love to see Warlock, with or without Doug Ramsey. I would. Oh, thank you, Navatorture. I. Ooh, Warlock voiced by Weird Al. Ooh. But would that get irritating for a whole movie or show? It's not a bad idea, though. Well, yeah, Rom Space Knight was one of those characters that was supposed to show up that James Gunn wanted to have in Guardians of the Galaxy. He wanted him to show up. But, you know, the rights. Yeah, but he actually did. He specifically said he wanted to use Rom Space Knight, but he couldn't. Yeah, I would have loved to have seen Rom Space Knight. Like, that'd have been cool. God, who would have been another great voice of Warlock? Like, Maybe fucking maybe Richard Horvitz, the fucking voice of Invader Zim. Like that's another good choice. Like that'd be a good one. Oh yeah, yeah. You can't. I no. Pee Wee Herman would have been fucking Paul Rubens. Perfect. Now you mentioned he would have been perfect. Yeah, just bring that Flight of the Navigator thing, like voice that he was using and base it off that. No, I had a perfect Warlock. I watch a Hell Boss. I've seen bits of it. You know. Oh, thoughts on the Chuck? Someone asked me about thoughts on the Chucky TV series. Really good, super good. If you're a fan of Chucky, then you're gonna want to watch Chucky TV series. Yeah, Chucky is an actually R-rated show, definitely. Although a zombie film set in Europe where people fled to a medieval castle. What you mean, Army of the Dead? Or sorry, Army of Darkness? That's essentially what Army of Darkness is. It's the Sam Raimi flick. It's part of the Evil Dead universe, but that's basically it. Oh yes, but in modern day, oh man, Best vampire death ever, Paul Rubens. Agreed. Oh, Rain of Fire. Oh, Rain of Fire. Oh. Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the movie, is pretty good. It's nothing like the show. You know, it's absolutely nothing like the show, except for it having like a blonde cheerleader as the main character and vampires. Yeah, I thought Buffy was pretty funny too. You know, it's definitely one of those like if you're hoping it'll like be anything like the show, you're in stuck it happen. You know, but if you want a really fun vampire hunter movie, like on that level, it's really good. Because like the Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie, on top of like having completely different actors, it leans much heavier on the comedy. You know, because it was a spoof of teen comedies. You know, when it came out, the um the television show much less so. Yeah, the show's very different. Um, the show's a bit more serious. Not entirely, but it's not as fucking comedic as the movie. Ugh, excuse me. Yeah. Like I said, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer got a little bit more serious in its show incarnation. Uh, Comic readaptation. Ooh, guy commits suicide. Well, that's how that go. Things fucking happen. All right, what do we want to do now? What do we want to do now? Yeah. Maybe it's. I kind of don't want to end just yet, but like, I'm running out of steam a little bit, and all I could think of doing is like looking at shit or playing a video game, and I don't know if that's gonna be like entertaining television. Oh, I don't think the Buffy universe is as grim as 40K. Jesus Christ. I was actually the funny thing is I was actually trying to think of speaking of like television shows, but little else. Um, I was trying to think of how you would do a Doctor Who tabletop role playing game. Like, how would you do that? Like the first thing that I would do is anyone could be a Time Lord. Like you could have an entire party of Time Lords if you really want. Wouldn't necessarily be a balanced class, a balanced party, but like, you could do it. So like there would have to be a couple of things. Okay, so you have Time Lord, which is like would have to be like its own race class combo. Like no, you just get no, just actually yeah. For that matter, you probably I don't know. You probably wouldn't want to have levels that would be too restricting for Doctor Who. In fact, it's probably better that you don't because part of Doctor Who is going up against things that you have no hope against. So you gotta like, it's gotta feel that way. You gotta be like, oh God, we have no idea how powerful this thing is, right? Actually, what I would say, like the Time Lord would get their special tool. You can call it whatever and be like, no, the classic one is a sonic screwdriver, but you could make it anything. Like you would build it a little bit, you know. But basically, you're like, yeah. It's basically a magic wand, but like, you know, but like you design it so that maybe you have like a laser pointed umbrella that does everything, shit like that. Um, so you'd have like Time Lord, human, um, and then maybe a small roster of alien races that you could play in the thing, like Rogue Santarin, um, the lizard people race, the dinosaur people race, maybe a couple of others. Yeah, there used to be a Doctor Who RPG. It's terrible. Um, yeah, it would have to be like, yeah, it would be more narrative based. Yeah, less combat, more narrative, you know. But I'm of the opinion that you almost always need to have a clear fighting mechanic, even if it's not like D&D. Like you need to be able to know you need to be able to know how to hit a guy. So yeah, Centauran. I probably put Centauran in there. Probably I'd probably get real weird and put in Rogue Cyberman. Like you're not part of the collective, you know. Like you're completely self aware, but you are a Cyberman. Um, let's see what else. What else would be good for player character? Yeah, Cyberman who's like not part of the collective of the Cybermen. Bring back the old TMNT role playing game. I wish they would update the rules, but it's Palladium, so probably not. Combat rules for Ace. Well, yeah. Well, the idea is that you'd be able to create your own companion or your own Time Lord or whatever. I would definitely do if the Time Lord dies, they have the option to regenerate, but it's a completely random chart. And you're allowed to like pick one thing. You're like, oh, I'm definitely taking this option. I am definitely male. I am definitely female. I am definitely, I definitely have these skills. I would probably actually also have two sets of skills, which are like core skills and trivial skills. And the Time Lord would have fewer core skills, but they would have more trivial skills. Like I can juggle. Yeah, definitely be a redhead. Yeah. You're allowed to pick some stuff. The time has come, Doctor, for you to take new form. Oh no, that one's too tall, that one's too short, that one's too fat, that one's too skinny. No. You know, definitely do that. Um yeah, and the Time Lord would have more narrative abilities. Um like reverse the polarity of the neutron flow, destroy any one machine. Like that kind of shit. Whereas the companions would have more specific ones. Hey, John Smith. Oh yeah, that would be the other thing. You would design the TARDIS. Or are they all called TARDIS? Yeah, they're all called TARDISes. think. Yeah, I forget what the Master's TARDIS was. Like, I think his their TARDIS changed. I remember the Ronnie had like this had this pyramid, had like this prismatic pyramid that was her TARDIS. Yeah, no, if I was to do like a Doctor Who role playing game, I would want it to actually be Doctor Who. I would actually want that. Yeah, so I think you would have like these really general character classes. The only one who's like probably super locked into things would be the Time Lord. Like the Time Lord would probably be very limited in what they could take, but those things that they can take are actually very broad. They're broadly useful. Let's see, like what else could they use? Probably some sort of encyclopedic knowledge ability, the ability to know anything. You know, that would be a role though. Like I would think I would make that be a role. Like you could roll to know anything, but like, you know, if you fail, you have to find out that information some other way. You don't just get it. When was it a pipe organ? Was that in State of Decay? Yeah, I can't remember which episode that was. I think it was one of the ones with Romana in it. What was it? The M Space saga? I think. Oh, how would the psychic paper work? Oh, like it does in the show. Like maybe you have to make a presence roll in order to get it right, you know, get it to work right, but like you make some sort of charisma roll or something, you know, but like it would just function the same way. You know, it's just if you fail the roll, the person looks like that's a blank sheet of paper, you know, because like for some reason they're resistant to it, which is something that happens a few times, you know. Yeah, it would be a bluff or something. You get this big bonus on it. Like it would generally either that or it would use a resource point. Attack of the Cybermen, Colin Baker. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not as I've only seen the Colin Baker episodes like once with a couple of them I've seen twice. Change, my dear Zoe, and not a moment too soon. Yeah, that's what I would. Yeah, that's how I would do it. The doctor is basically kind of a kooky wizard, but I would have all, like I said, I would have all their powers be narrative based, whereas like all the companions have more classic RPG abilities. Yeah, the sonic screwdriver is basically a magic wand. And that's one of the things about being a time lord. Your tool, your special tool, you know. Like it allows you to do certain things, or it allows you to do certain things without having to spend resource points. Because they all work pretty much the same. It's like you can open a door, you can, do incidental shit. Mimics any special tool that you might need to make something happen, but does not work on organic material. So you can't heal people with it. You can make small repairs. You can do diagnostics. You can open doors. Excuse me. But anything more, but that's just like the shit you get just for having it. Like everything else is a power. Drax the Cockney Time Lord. I don't think I've seen that guy. What was he in? What? I don't remember this. Hold on. I gotta look this up. I don't see that. I'm not seeing it. Yeah, you'll have to remind me where that is because I don't remember this. Huh. Would Perry have the ability to distract with her ability to mesmerize with her jiggling? No. I don't think I would want to make that game Mousedon. That's an intriguing idea, but I don't know if I would want to make that game. The Armageddon Factor with Tom Baker. Let's see.
Hey, Doctor!
Hold on.
Doctor!
Victoria wore it. Better to do than run round after the Brigadier.
Oh, come on, if you're tired... What was it?
The relative continuum stabilizer failed.
No, not that. I mean, the thing.
What thing?
There was a terrible fate.
Can't seem to find a clip of him. Let's see. What episode was it? Armageddon Factor. Okay. Get out of YouTube, see if we can Wikipedia this. Oh. Huh. Time Lord Drax. Okay. Here we go. Renegade Time Lord with a knack for tinkering and engineering. Huh. I did not know this. Okay. See, Lord Goth is the secondary antagonist of Doctor Who's story, The Deadly Assassin. Okay, yeah, he is a Time Lord. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't want the supporting characters to suck. I would want them to be able to do things that the Time Lord doesn't. Ooh. Another one that would have to be allowed. Android. And one of the options has to be like Android Animal. You know, so you could be canine if you really wanted.
There are worlds out there where the sky is burning.
The seas asleep and the rivers dream.
People made of smoke and cities made of song.
Somewhere there's danger.
Somewhere there's injustice.
Somewhere else the tea's getting cold.
Come along.
We've got work to do.
Oh yeah, Ace would totally have bomb skills, bomb making skills. Yeah, exactly.
The exiles?
You can't rewrite history. Not one line.
This is a false goddess. I shall destroy her.
Fear makes companions of all of us.
One day, I shall come back. Yes, I shall come back. What you need is a jolly good smack bottom.
They call me the Doctor. The curator of a museum is a better title.
1066.
What do you think I am, a goldfish?
Space Security Service. License to kill. Incidentally, a happy Christmas to all of you at home.
Perhaps I should go home. Back to my own planet. But I can't.
Emotions, love, pride, hate, fear. It's all over. That's what you said. It's far from being all over.
I am your servant.
Bang, 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 bang!
Nothing in the world can stop me now. There are no no such things as macra.
There are some corners of the universe which have bred the most terrible things. Things which act against everything that we believe in. They must be fought. You belong to us.
People spend all their time making nice things, and other people come along and break them.
Logic, my dear Zoe, merely enables one to be wrong with authority.
I'm a genius.
The time has come for you to change your appearance, Doctor, and begin your exile.
I reverse the polarity of the neutron flow.
A ham-fisted bun vendor.
You cannot defy the laws of time.
Reverse the polarity.
I am the master. Trap of the wing, Claire. 5 rounds rabbit.
Oh, so you're my replacements. A dandy and a clown.
Wonderful chap. Both of them.
Never thought I'd fire in anger at a ratted caterpillar.
Tear, Sarah Jane? Not a click, not a tick. Inside each of those shells is a living, bubbling lump of hate. Wildest life.
I'm the Doctor. The definite article, you might say.
To hold in my hand a capsule that contains such power.
There's no point in being grown up if you can't be childish sometimes.
Harry Sullivan is an imbecile!
Where I tread, I leave nothing but dust and darkness. I find that good.
Even a sponge has more life than I.
Children must live.
You craven-hearted, spineless total.
Please do not throw hands at me.
Machiavellian machination.
We are Zoe.
Contact had been made.
The company be praised. Praise the company.
The worst is the worst.
Penetration, you have penetration. Interesting.
How paralyzingly dull, boring, and tedious.
Wounds of madness!
Well, to be fair, I did have a couple of gadgets which he probably didn't, like a teaspoon of an open mind. Would you like a jelly, baby?
Mouse, back off!
I say, what a wonderful butler. He's so violent.
You're a beautiful woman, probably.
Come on! Shadow!
Leisure Hive.
Big loss!
Full circle.
State of decay.
State of decay. Space vampires.
The keeper of Traca.
It's the end, but the moment has been prepared for.
You made us man of evil, but we are free.
An apple a day keeps the,
Yeah, never mind.
Seize the not we!
Why do I always let my curiosity get the better of me?
Well, I know how many beans make 5, Doctor.
I am the Doctor. The original, you might say. Reassuring to know that my future is in safe hands.
Splendid fellows, all of you.
As easy as pie.
There should have been another way.
Is this death?
Change, my dear. And it seems on a moment too soon.
Oh, my giddy aunt. Oh, crumbs.
The waves of time wash us all clean.
There's nothing you can do to prevent the catharsis of spurious morality.
Carrot juice!
Leave the girl. It's the man I want.
Every great decision creates ripples, like a huge boulder dropped in a lake.
Happiness will prevail.
Unlimited rice pudding, etc., etc. Doctor Who.
Get off my world.
We all have a universe of our own terrors to face.
If we fight like animals, we die like animals!
I'm half human on my mother's side.
Doctor is half human.
The BBC has announced that Christopher Eccleston has landed the part of the famous Time Lord.
Lots of planets have a norm.
The thing you see. The big bad wolf.
Rexicorico Barbatorius!
The mighty Jackula of the Holy Hadrajasic Maxaronopho.
I am my mummy.
Before I go, I just want to tell you were fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And you know what? So was I.
I am not amused.
Hello, Sarah Jane.
My lonely angel. Hungry.
Don't look at me.
Eczema.
This is a story of how I died.
Eat you up all, Sidney Kaznaka.
What you do in platoon upon the moon?
Bada-boomba!
You are not alone.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. Don't blink. Blink and you're dead.
The Master. Reborn. Time
Overlord and humans combined. Haven't you always dreamt of that, Doctor?
I think your song must end soon.
Flapper or slapper?
Who turned out the lights?
I'm part-time Lord Bayou.
Detonate the reality bomb!
You will not 4 times.
You die today.
I don't want to go.
Hello, I'm the Doctor.
I'm the bloody queen, mate.
I am your soldier.
That which holds the image of an angel becomes itself an angel.
There's one thing you never ever put in a trap.
Hello, sweetie.
Hello, Stonehenge!
Halfway out of the dark.
Silence will fall.
Yo ho ho!
I'm your daughter.
Let's kill Hitler.
First things first, you got any jammy dodgers?
Stormageddon, Dark Lord of all.
I am definitely a madman with a box.
Doctor Who?
Run, you clever boy. And remember,
Bow ties are cool.
Doctor Who?
Raggedy Man. Good night. I'm Clara Oswald. I'm the impossible girl.
Take it! Take it all, baby!
Reverse the polarity.
I'd be the great curator.
Gallifrey falls no more.
Good to know my future is in safe hands.
Who knows?
I will always remember when the Doctor was me.
Planet of the pudding brains. This is my spoon. Not a click or a tick.
Actually, really like
of us all.
My good man.
Peter Capaldi's Doctor.
A good darling.
Never be cruel. And never be cowardly.
Yeah, I actually really like the Peter Capaldi Doctor. I thought he was really good.
5 rounds, rapid.
Sit down and talk!
What's wrong with scared?
How many seconds? In eternity.
Get off my planet. I became the hybrid. Where there's tears, there's hope.
His real name is Doctor Who.
I do what I do because it's right!
Yeah, Missy was great. I kind of wish they hadn't.
I'm not a doctor.
I kind of wish they had kept
the
her.
doctor.
The original, you might say.
You're a stupid, bloody arse.
Going for a jolly good smack bottom.
Oh, brilliant.
It's all over. That's what you said. It's far from being all over.
Yeah, I really liked the Peter Capaldi episodes. You know, I wish I liked Jodie a bit more. There were some episodes, there were some Jodie episodes I thought were really great, but like by and large, I thought they were a little lackluster. Like I liked her, but so like it's how I feel about like the later seasons of Matt Smith. It's like the problem isn't Matt Smith, the problem is the everything else. Yeah, I felt like a lot of the Jodie like season was kind of like that. Where it's just like, I don't know about this. Yeah, the new guy so far is doing a good job. I really hope it continues to be that way. Yeah, I could stand another season of Red Dwarf. Like I like Red Dwarf, but like now we'll just see where they go with it, you know. It's a nice thing to sometimes return to.
in 3 days at least. Baby blood and baby bones. Baby butter for the baby scones. Little baby feet, little baby toes.
Amazing.
No, it's not. What do we do? Babies have such very bad luck. Now into baby, we will tuck. Eat the baby and some salt. Bailey's honey powdered malt. No baby salted, she's a treat. Her destiny is time to meet. Baby, we need. Baby, we feed. Eats with our teeth. Better than beef. Baby, so soft. Carried aloft. Big brown.
Oh no.
What?
I wonder whose ship this is.
He's the Goblin King, yes, the Goblin King. He's not a myth, he's an actual thing. Here's the king, here's the king, here's the king, here's the king, Goblin. Oh my God. And we love his chin when it's wobbling. He likes to dine up. Leave her alone. It feels leave her alone. He can eat, he can eat. 500 puppies with golden fur. Orphan boys with jet black hair. Circus clowns with a red balloon.
He can eat me. He makes me swoon.
A banquet for a king on high. Oh little baby, oh little baby, say goodbye.
I love that episode. Oh. Oh man. Done. Hey, where did my events fucking... What is going on here? Hold on. Oh, this can't be right. Hold on. There we go. That's better. That's better. Okay, I think I'm gonna log off for now. I should be back. I'll try to be back tomorrow. Like, I am a little up and down, but I enjoyed hanging out with you guys for a few hours. So I will talk to y'all later. Y'all take care. And remember, obviously not discovered for now. Satan and I love y'all very much. Night, guys.